Hello everyone, it's Vicky here today designing for Pinkfresh Studio, and I am using the new collection, The Simple Things. And I adore this starburst paper, which has lots and lots of colours on. And I'm going to cut each section almost to the centre because I want to cut some out, and I also want to have them as a burst on my layout with a bit of sewing. So rather than cut them all the sections and have to reassemble them, I just cut to the center so that it doesn't fall apart and I can still stick it on as one piece rather than have to try and reassemble. So first of all, I take out the white pieces, and I am going to add one of those back in a minute, I realise. But I'm just playing with how it's going to look and what I'm going to do with it. So you'll see I decide to put that white piece back in, and then I decide to take out some yellow here on the sides. I'm just sort of trying to make it into a pleasing shape, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm going to ruffle the edges of each piece just to add some dimension and interest to that. And I'm going to cut through that so that you don't have to watch all of those being distressed. But there you go, that's how it looks after I've done that. Then I'm going to stick down the whole piece to the center. So all of the pieces are sort of loose on the page, but they're stuck in the center. So that's going to keep everything into one place. And I'm going to use some white floss to put some sewing onto here, just as an added bit of interest. So I'm going to add some little holes all the way down the edge of every other segment. And you'll see what I'm doing there, just punching through sort of at every maybe quarter of an inch or so down the page, right down to the center. And I'm just going to use a straight stitch with white floss down there. So you'll see me start to do that. If I can thread that needle. I have to say I always used to wonder why my mum had such difficulty threading needles, and now I know. Yeah, I think as you increase in age, it becomes more and more difficult. Okay, so I'm just doing that, and I'm going to skip through that, but I do every other one, and you can see there I've got those done. I'm just sort of ruffling up the edges where the stitched pieces are, but then I'm going to stick down all of the pieces and do all of the edges. So it just adds that extra bit of texture to my layouts. I love this rainbow effect. Rainbow starburst effect. It's really nice. Starburst, sunburst, I don't know, one or the other. Okay, so we're almost there. As I said, I'm going to stick down those pieces that I didn't sew on, just so that they're secure. And just add a bit of glue elsewhere as well. I don't need much glue because it's stuck in the center anyway. Okay, so those are all stuck down. My photo has a perfect place to go now there, just in the center. And I'm going to start to do some embellishing. And I love these little vellum pieces. They're gorgeous. And especially when you can use them with the white as the background. It just really makes them pop. So that's what I'm going to do. Add in a few pieces. Trying a few pieces out. Moving them around. And just generally playing around a little bit with those. So I'm happy at the moment with the vellum pieces, so I'm going to get those stuck down to start with, just as a base here to work from. And they're super easy to stick down. Just stick where there's some colour, and you don't see that if you've got clear drying glue. That's actually surprisingly difficult to say. And I'm going to put some foam onto the back of my photo just to pop that off the page a little bit. As I have all the dimension in the rainbow pieces, I wanted to pop this up just so that it stands out on my page. Just adding some more little bits and pieces and sticking my photo down. It's just a fun Snapchat of my friend and I, which I thought would go really well with this paper. These are the die cut pieces, and I'm just having a look through those. That little tab says good times, so I'm going to put that on there. I want to put a dog on there because we both love dogs, but I can't make it work. So I don't. So I'm going to put a little cluster up here, just a little camera and some florals up there at the moment. And I don't know where I've gone at this particular moment, but I'm obviously thinking what to do next. And here are the frames. I love, love, love the chipboard frames, as you'll know if you've watched my videos before. And I've got a couple of tabs there that say a day to remember and special moments. Just going to stick some things down. Make sure everything's all together in there. I like that little cluster. And then I love to use little half circle frames on my page as well. So I'm going to tuck that little half piece in there. Keep the other half for later. I've got a little yellow one that I'm going to put up here to add a bit of interest in the top cluster. And a little cherry. I just like that little cherry, and it goes well on the pink there because I've got the orange frame on the orange, and I thought I would put the pink on the pink. My title's going to be happiness, and I'm going to put that on underneath my photo. It's a bit of trial and error to get that in the right place. I should have actually left it on the plastic and put it on, but I do get that ultimately in the place that I want. So just move it. I'm just moving it over a little bit so it looks more central. It's not all in one piece, it's in a few pieces, so you just have to move the pieces around. And then this is the bit that says special moments, which I'm going to put down at the bottom there. And I've got a little sunshine that I'm going to put up there at the top, peeking out from behind those flowers. Just making sure everything's stuck with glue. I don't want it to fall off later. And then, of course, some enamel dots. I'm going to put 2 of the colours of enamel dots on there. And then off camera, I also add a little butterfly to the bottom right, which you'll see on the final layout. And I put an enamel dot in the camera there, look. So that, I think, is it. There we go. There's the final layout. I really hope you like it and that it's given you some inspiration. I think a lot of people have used this paper because it's just so perfect and everyone loves it. But you'll see some close-ups coming up now. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. I will link this collection below in the description. But in the meantime, this has been Vicki for Pinkfresh Studio. See you next time. Bye bye.